With the 26th pick in the 2025 NBA Draft, the Brooklyn Nets select Ben Saraf.
Oh,
Israel.
talk about a swing.
Talk about a swing.
Wow. Let's internalize this real quick.
Guard from Germany, but was born in Israel. He began his basketball program.
Crafty player. Combo guard.
So he measured in at like 6'6".
Yeah, he was taller.
And it's gonna be interesting to see. He's 19 years old. He's young, left-handed. When we did our video with him, I was not a fan, and I'm still not really a fan. I have him 37th on my board.
Yep.
The problems come with Saraf in the fact that I just don't think he's athletic enough to really be a game changer. Like I understand the passing, I understand all of the assist percentage. I understand like what he's done with the ball in his hands for Ulm. And honestly, he's had like a really good past couple weeks too, like even in the playoffs. Like I'm not denying that. But I don't see enough that translates here. Now, for the 26th pick, I don't hate it. But the lack of burst, and honestly, the lack of like real finishing ability to like finish over people is concerning to me. So as a result, he has to take a lot of tough twos. He takes a lot of mid-range jumpers, takes a lot of like little floaters.
Yeah, he gets bumped out of the way a lot.
Yes, and then he gets bumped out of the way as well. So it's like he is big, so it helps him percentage-wise, but I don't see him like really being able to get to the basket enough to collapse a defense and kick out consistently at an NBA level. And that's where it starts for me. So, I mean, we can get into like everything else, but like that's really the crux of my questions for Ben Saraf.
Yeah, I think one of my problems too is that his 3-point percentage wasn't great. It's 30%. Yes. So like when you're not that athletic and you are below the rim finisher and you get bumped out of your spots when you are trying to finish and you also aren't a really good shooter, it's kind of hard to see, okay, like what are you going to do offensively as a guard? And I know he can kind of be a combo guard, but like is he going to be able to shoot at the next level? And then is he going to be able to have the ball in his hands to do the playmaking and passing that he does do really well? And I think that's really the only skill that I look at and I go, okay, yeah, this works.
Yeah. Like I said, the 3-point shooting, like even especially off the dribble, is really, really low as well. So I struggle with the shooting exactly. But he did shoot like 76% from the free throw line. So maybe there's something there in terms of like catch and shoot. But I'm not sure exactly how much else. But, he draws some fouls. He has real production in a real league, unlike Noah Essengay. Like you actually had some like real flashes for Saraf that could produce. I'm just not sure exactly how much of it translates there. So, I watched that game last year around this time of him playing against the Trailblazers, and he had 4 turnovers and he looked terrible. So that was tough. But there was a lot more than that, but that didn't exactly leave me with a good taste. Like I'm just not sure how much of the passing really, really translates against these type of athletes.
And I think too, like you said, I don't really hate the pick here. It's more so that I think there are other options available. Like, I mean, we keep talking about Rasheer Fleming. I think Noah Penda would have been a better pick. I think Hugo Gonzalez would have been a better upside pick.
Yeah,
but
well, maybe they're picking him next. Let's see. Honestly,
true.
We can just keep this.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it going
right into the next one, so we don't gotta stitch it together. I will say they are showing Danny Wolf, and he is in like tears, distraught over here. Poor guy.
Oh, because he hasn't been picked.
Yeah.
What you get when you don't have a first round grade by Colin Mitchell. Right here.
We have a trade to announce.
Oh.
The Atlanta Hawks trade the draft rights to Derek Queen, the 13th pick, to the New Orleans Pelicans for the draft rights to Asa Newell, the 23rd pick, and a 2026 first-round pick.
What's going on there?
And with the 27th pick in the 2025 NBA Draft, the Brooklyn Nets select Danny Wolf from the University.
There you go. You no longer have to cry.
Well, maybe that's why he was crying.
Can you hear that roar?
Okay.
Oh, that makes way more sense, actually.
From the crowd is these fans knowing that Danny Wolf has waited hours hours tonight to hear his name called.
No, he was crying because he hadn't got
Yep.
picked.
I see. I like this pick better than the
Oh, who is that? I don't know. Some woman.
Saraf pick. I had Danny Wolf 23rd on my board. For me, I wasn't a fan of. Yeah, I think you had him what, like 15th, 16th,
18.
18. So I think here I think it's a good pick, but there are definitely concerns on what his role will be in the NBA. I think for me, it's like he's like a center. He's listed as a center, but he plays a lot like a Yegor Demon. Obviously, not quite the guard skills there, but he's just he's a guy that is a passing big man that is intriguing. But I think is a guy you have to swing on. So I like it here because it is a swing play. But I think he does have a low floor. With that being said, again, he is an intriguing offensive athlete, and it is interesting. I'll let you explain that more since you had him much higher than me.
I like that you use the word athlete because I do think he's underrated in terms of his athleticism. I think, and I'm not saying he's like he's gonna dunk on people by any means or anything like that, but I think he is quick enough defensively to be respectable. And I think we saw that with some of the blocks and the steals that he had. Like his hands are active, his feet are he shuffles them well enough to stay in front. And then offensively, obviously, you have the creation ability. Like that's what we're all banking on here. Anybody who has him top 20, he is a guy who can attack mismatches. He's really, really effective, like just getting to his spots and then putting his shoulder into you and finishing. I think the passing is then the passing is the result of the off the dribble ability. But good Lord, dude, he just either hand off ball screens, can hit cutters, just makes the right decision time and time again. I'm not saying he's not without his turnovers. He definitely was 3.2 per game. But every time I watched Danny Wolf, I was like, yeah, this is a first round pick. During the season, when we scouted him, every moment was like, yeah, this guy. Because then also, even though he shot, what did he shoot? 33.6% from three. I mean, we're talking off the dribbles, deeps, step backs, everything you could ask for. I understand. I agree with you in terms of like, I think the floor is a little bit lower. Like, yeah, he maybe doesn't work out exactly. And maybe it just doesn't like this style and maybe the passing and the ball handling doesn't translate. But I'm cool with taking this if I'm the Nets.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I like the pick here. Things to worry about also is defensively, like where is he gonna defend? He's kind of a tweener in terms of that sense. Foot speed's not super good, so it is gonna be interesting if he's gonna be guarding centers because he's not super physical, and then or if he's gonna slide onto the four where he might need to be a little bit quicker. For comps, I have Kelly Olynyk, which I kind of like a lot, and yeah, I think he can be a playmaking big and kind of be like a 6-man type guy.
I have some high praise for him on my comps. I have Lamar Odom and Pistons great Blake Griffin.
I did not like Pistons Blake.
Yeah, it offended you, Pistons fan. But get ready. Danny Wolf. He's also like legit 7 foot in shoes.
Yeah.
Like legitimately like a huge player. So I'm excited to see what he brings. And Nets added Yegor Demon, Nolan Traore, Drake Powell, Ben Saraf, and Danny Wolf.
Incredible. What a I feel like you just
the best passing draft
ever
in the history of the draft. I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
Yegor and Nolan can pass too, but like Yegor, Danny, Saraf, and Nolan Traore.
They're picking
Powell, who that's why they picked Drake Powell. So that way because he doesn't have to do anything. He's not 13.3 usage percentage.
They're throwing every point guard at the wall.
This will be the most fun summer league team to watch.
The summer league team's gonna be crazy.
All right, the Celtics pick is in.